Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the African Business Talk Show on the Business in Africa YouTube channel, the place where we talk business on the African continent. Today's topic is a topic that you won't want to miss, right? It's a very important topic because we'll be talking about the essential or the top skills that you need to get started. You know, the top skills that you need to get started as an entrepreneur. With me in the studio is an award-winning trainer, a consultant, a speaker, and an entrepreneur with a lot of experience in the journey. So we are going to be tapping into his experience and his journey so far to learn so much from it. So don't move a muscle, stay right there and don't go away. If you're new to this channel, just make sure you click on the subscribe button and always drop us a comment so that we know that you are right there watching us, and we are going to respond to all of your questions if you have them. The guest is right here with me and I'm going to introduce him immediately after the break. So stay right there, don't move a muscle.
Audio Jungle.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, this is the African Business Talk Show, the place where we talk business in Africa. Right here with me in the studio is my guest, someone who is very talented, changing the face of Africa. He is the CEO and founder of the CostDev Group, an entrepreneur who has a lot of experience. Welcome to the studio, Mr. Japhne JOYBERT.
Thank you so much, and it's so good to finally be here.
Sincerely, I'm just so happy and delighted to have you on my show. We've been talking a lot online and all of that, but this is really the first time we are talking and exchanging.
Yeah.
JOYBERT is the CEO founder of the CostDev Group, a business that's into consultancy and other services. In fact, a lot of activities going on, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to allow you to talk to my people, talk to the viewers a little bit about yourself and the activities and your business.
Amazing. It's so good to be here again and to share my experience and expertise and maybe a bit of my story. And CostDev Group actually started a couple of years back when I started my journey into training and consulting, and it's been 9 years today actually.
Wow, 9 years.
And I got my first job at a very early age. I think that was 21, and then I resigned immediately a year after to start training because I felt like I had more passion in that direction. I read finance in the undergraduate level, so I got my first job in a microfinance institution, but resigned I think after 1 year, 2 months.
So you were born to be an entrepreneur.
And that was when I started CostDev Group, and since then the main idea was all about training. So the first subsidiary under CostDev Group is the Center for Entrepreneurship, Leadership and Business Management Development, which is the oldest subsidiary under CostDev Group, which is 9 years old today, where we focus mainly on enterprise development skills and employability skills. So we serve two main classes of people, job seekers and entrepreneurs. For entrepreneurs, how do we provide them the skills that they need to build sustainable businesses? And for job seekers, how do we provide them employability skills that will enable them to be employable and be people that create value in the marketplace? And then from there we have Weaker Jobs Career Management Firm, which focuses just on how do we link businesses to the right talent, and how do we help this talent onboard the right way in the marketplace. Yes, and we also provide the onboarding training and visioning and all of what they need to become successful in these companies.
Wow.
And then the financial services come in, where we run a microfinance. We actually provide what we like to call it working capital loans to small businesses in communities. And so far we just opened our branch in Douala. We started 3 years back in Kumbo, and then we are now in Douala. We have our branch, and then we provide what is called technology advisory services.
So just to understand a little bit more, right? You guys, you say you run a microfinance.
Yes.
Like you support startups, you give small micro loans.
To community businesses.
To community.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we have the technology advisory services.
Where
it's just a 2-year-old unit that we created 2 years ago, where the aim is how do we help African businesses to automate what they can automate, leveraging on technology and tools to automate what they can automate. And then one of our main businesses is corporate training and consulting, which we have been doing that for almost 5 years today. We work with corporate bodies in and out of the country, from process development to execution to strategy to employee development skills, anything that can improve business and help you make more money, we are there.
All right. Yeah. Wow. That was quite a very, very, I can say, detailed summary of what Cost Dev Group is all about. Yes. And you say it's been existing for like 9 years. 9 years. Wow. Yes. So that's a lot of experience as well. Exactly. But I just want to follow up on that, right? You talked about training. Mm-hmm. How does the training work? Like, okay, I just left school and I'm looking for a job. Mm-hmm. Can I come to you guys to get the right? I don't know. How does it go?
So our trainings, most of the trainings are trainers-led trainings, and these trainings cut across at the center. They cut across the employability skills. So we have done our research, and we have leveraged on the research of the United Nations, from IREX, from UNDP, from African Development Bank, to just get access to really understand what is the skill gap in Africa, and how can we fill the skill gap.
Okay.
Yes, so we have trainings designed around these areas that we provide to young people. So there could be a month where we're focusing just on communication, how to communicate as a young professional.
Yeah.
There could be a month where we focus on corporate etiquette.
Okay.
There could be a month where we focus on presentation skills and public speaking.
Wow.
There could be a month where we focus on problem solving in the job market, in the market.
So these are different types of trainings that you guys offer.
That we provide.
But then, is it like paid, or you guys do that for some kind of charity? I mean, somebody has to come pay you guys for the
yes,
service?
Absolutely. We do hybrid programs. There are programs that, if most of the programs that are free are actually sponsored by a partner.
Okay, all right.
Maybe by, let's say, someone in the diaspora who says, okay, JOYBERT, can you guys train 10 young people, and I'll pay for the
fees, yeah,
and all of that. And then we also provide paid training services to these young people, and even professionals who want to upskill.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was, in summary, the Cost Dev Group, which has been existing for over 9 years now, what they do. And JOYBERT here is the CEO founder of that group. Now, Mr. JOYBERT, you look so young, right? I mean, to have been, to have done all of these things. Now, I don't really know what's your age, but what actually motivated you to get into this? I mean, you had the opportunity to work, but you decided to go into this. What was your motivation?
I think it's my life story.
Okay.
Because everything I've created comes from experience. For all the subsidiary units, they are all personal experiences that I talk to businesses.
Right.
Like, for example, I'm what they call wedlock kids, so I don't know my dad. So I have a single mom. So when I was done with high school, which I barely went through successfully, my mom gave me a choice. Come back to the village and be with me, so what you can do with your life, maybe as a farmer or whatever. Or go back to Bamenda and see what you can do with your life.
Right.
That's the best gift she gave me. So I left to Bamenda. I didn't know where I would sleep. For 1 week, 5 days, I slept with 5 friends.
Oh. Wow.
So
in search of that passion. I mean, had something burning, right?
Yes. So I was ready for the job market after high school, but I did not have the skills to be employable.
The right skills.
So I started asking a question. Since I don't have the money to go to university, what if there's a center that can train me for 3 months with basic skills that can make me get a job?
Exactly.
That was where the birth of the training center came up. Then I promised myself that after whatever time it's going to take me, I am going to set up a training center that train young people and qualify them for the job market.
And make them ready for the job market.
Yeah. I didn't know how I would do that. I didn't know what the training center was, but I just had
that belief.
That was in 2009. Then I did all the odd jobs in Bamenda, car wash, Okada.
Okada, all the
the
hustling.
All the hustling. Then after 3-4 years after, the center now came into being.
Wow.
Then the recruitment, the job board, there's weakerjobs.com where we publish jobs and career management firm and all of that. So we started training these young people. Yes, people in Kumbu and other cities were recruiting the people who were training, but some were still stranded in the job market. So we had to create a solution that can try to solve that particular problem. So we started, so that's where the Weaker Jobs came in, where we can have employers publish jobs, and we also relate with employers.
So that's a platform?
Yes, a platform.
Is that still existing?
It's still existing.
Okay.
Weakerjobs.com.
Guys, I'm going to drop the link in the description box so you guys can check that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, and then the microfinance came when I went to the village, and I told my mom that I have to move. I will no longer be coming to the village as frequent as I always come. and she was worried about that. So normally, I'll normally go, of course, with her allowance and all of that.
Yeah.
So I told her that I will be sending your allowance now through a bank or through a financial house.
Yeah.
She was not comfortable.
Yeah.
So that was when I noticed that my mom has never entered a bank.
Okay.
Then I did a research that same time, and I spoke to 17 other women in the village that same day.
Yeah.
And I noticed they have never
Gone
ever
to the
entered
bank.
any financial house.
Wow.
That's where the microfinance came in.
Came in.
So
Okay.
that's why the I always tell my team, the aim is we are going to build the largest low-income earners bank in Africa.
Wow.
That's the dream.
Wow. That's the vision,
why we focus mainly in
rural areas. Yeah.
and semi-urban areas. We're not competing with the banks in the major cities.
Yeah.
Let them on that market.
Yeah. You're going to the roots where you can really impact lives.
Impact lives.
Wow.
Then the corporate training and consulting that came with experience.
Yes.
That's what I said. That started fully 4 to 5 years back with a massive experience in the training and speaking to business people and all of that.
Yes.
I started now turning that into well-tailored packages in the corporate sector, and it has been fun.
It has been really. So what kind of packages do you offer, like, to corporates? If somebody's watching me right now, it's already running a business.
Yeah.
What kind of packages do you offer that they can really benefit from?
Yeah, I like to streamline what we provide from people, value expression, and systems.
Yeah.
So when we can come to a company, we work with your team.
Yeah.
It could be enhancing collaboration, enhancing effectiveness, enhancing unity, enhancing effectiveness, and all of that.
So you provide a solution driven,
yes, driven to the team, to the people that man the systems. Then from then I work on the systems and processes. How do you sell? How do you market? How do you produce? How do you distribute? We look at where there are gaps, we provide recommendations, and we help you implement, because one big challenge in companies is implementation.
Correct.
Problem is not actually the strategy.
Correct.
Then value expression comes in. People tend to be very good at creating stuff, but to express what they create could be a challenge. So our packages cut across all of this. But in recent, if you are facing a corporate challenge, a business problem, just hit us up and we're going to design something. Right.
And that is the award-winning trainer, speaker, consultant, and an entrepreneur. So now, Mr. JOYBERT, let's dive into the topic of the day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have this very wide, diverse, range of experience. You've been training people, you've been speaking, corporate, people who are looking for jobs and all of this. Now, I don't know how many you have, but what are the skills, the must-have skills to become an entrepreneur, especially in Africa, because that's our environment, right? Yeah. Just tell us these major skills that a wannabe entrepreneur or somebody who is already into it should have.
Yeah. Well, when they ask me that question, I always say that there are none.
Right.
Like, what do you mean? I always say there are none and there are some. Here's my concept about skill in Africa.
Yeah.
You need a particular skill depending on what phase of business you are.
You are, okay.
Yes, that's what I believe. So the skills that you need to start up is not the same skills you need to scale.
To grow or to scale, yes.
Yes.
Correct.
And let me give an example. When you wanted me to come for the show, you did not need interviewing skills.
Right.
You needed negotiation skills
to convince you to come.
To convince me to come.
Yeah.
But now you don't need convincing skills. I'm already here. What do you need? You need interviewing skills.
Right.
You see, so it all depends. So I always say that as an entrepreneur, the guys I coach and my clients, I wanted to ask them this funny question. Do you know what your business needs from you next week? For example, there is a week that all your business needs from you to be a marketer.
Yes.
There's a week your business needs you to be a financial analyst. There's a week your business requires to be a good people manager. There's a week your business needs you to seal deals. And there's a week your business needs you to do sales.
Yes.
So I think the most important skill is to know which skill to employ at what stage of your business. That's the first skill you need.
Just to know the skill that you need.
Yes, that you need.
That's a skill that you need.
That's the first skill that you need. Because...
break it down, guy.
Because let's start with startups.
Yes.
There's a level, in a startup phase, you focus mainly on product design.
Product design.
Product design.
Yeah.
You focus mainly on failing and making mistakes and learning at that time. You focus mainly on market research and make sure they have a market fit product.
Yes.
You see? And then when you start making money, maybe it's one person has paid for your product. Maybe you start focusing now on marketing. You start focusing now on sales. Start focusing now on how to get more customers. You see? But then in all of this, there are fundamental skills that if you don't have, you are going to struggle. The first one is communication.
Communication skills, yeah.
There is no way that you will succeed, whether as a startup, a medium-sized business, or a large corporation, if you don't communicate. When
you say communication, what kind of communication do you mean?
Communication is in many ways. As an entrepreneur, you need to know how to communicate with your customers.
Yeah.
You need to know how to communicate with your colleagues. You need to know how to communicate with competitors.
Yeah.
You need to know how to communicate with any major stakeholder
yeah.
that plays a key role in your ecosystem.
Yes,
you see,
correct.
It's very important. And then the second thing that you need to know how to do is value expression. I don't talk a lot about value creation or product design because as entrepreneurs, we're already gifted to create.
Yeah, you already have probably something.
Have that problem-solving skills. But the biggest challenge is how do we express and convince people to buy?
Yeah.
You see, there are guys that have incredible products.
Yeah.
Amazing
They can express it.
But to make you and I to buy is a big challenge.
Yeah.
So I think that the second most important skill is that ability to express, to sell what you create.
Yeah.
It's very important. And the third skill is resilience.
Yeah, you need to be able to stay doing that thing.
I always say in Africa, it takes more than a good idea and business to survive. I've seen people that have good ideas. They have all the investments from their parents.
All the capital.
Yeah. They're still failing. Because business will humble you. Things will hit you hard. Things are going to hit you. Challenges
The journey is not easy.
Things are going to come your way that if you don't have that incredible skill of strong will and resilience, you are going to give up easily.
Correct.
It's very important to always have it because, and business is all about problem solving. And as these things arise, you don't know how to be resilient, to stand your ground and to keep building, you are going to face challenges.
True.
And then emotional intelligence coming.
Okay.
It's very, very important to know how to manage your emotions of your team members. When clients are raising their voices against you, they're reacting in funny ways, you need to know how to balance your emotions and make sure that you manage them carefully.
Wow.
And then the last and most important skill I think they need to have is processing skills.
Processing?
Yes.
Okay.
The ability to process anything that is in information. Process what people say. Process what you see. Process what you read. Process what people are not saying.
Yes.
Process what the government is saying, how it's going to affect you. Process the next step of your competitors.
Right.
Process the next step that the big person in your industry is doing. Process anything. Don't just be able to process, analyze, and know what to do and not to do. Know
and
when
make the
to
right
say
decision.
yes and when not to say no.
Right.
Know when to move and when to stay. Know when to jump and when not. No.
Right.
Know when to move and when to stay. Know when to jump and when not to jump.
Right.
So I think with these skills and others, a lot can happen. And if you notice, there are others that I did not mention, they are learnable. That's one good thing about skills.
You can always learn them.
You can always learn them. But these things like resilience and processing skills and emotional intelligence, these are things that you need to build inside of you. You need
and it
to
takes
invest.
time.
It takes time to build these things. And other skills now come in when you need to always have the first skill. Know which skill you need and which skill you need to employ at a particular stage. If you know that, you will not be taken by surprise.
Right.
Know when to sell. Know when not to sell.
Right.
Know when to produce and when not to produce.
Right.
Know when to employ and when not to employ.
Right.
Know when to communicate and when not to communicate. When you do that, it will always be easier for you to have a sustainable business because you will always be there to represent your business when your business calls for you.
Correct. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, if you noticed, I was just there saying that, wow, correct, because he was actually schooling me as well, you know, on the skills that you need to have. I mean, Mr. JOYBERT, I think you really nailed it on that one, right? Now, I'll move to the next, to the next question. This is something I always ask, right? Because I have a lot of people, as you know, there are a lot of Africans who say, I don't have money to get started. Yeah. Now, this is a big problem because they might have no good ideas, have the opportunity, but they always complain, I don't have money to get started. What can you say about that? Or how much did you start your own business with?
Yeah. Well, I'm of the philosophy that you don't need money to start a business.
Right.
You need money to grow a business. People talk about money, money, money. I always like to ask this question. Are you fundable? Are you worth investing in? Are you worth extra money?
Right.
You see, and nobody would like to risk money into something you have not risked your own money in.
Yes.
So I personally, I won't trust you if you are telling me to give you money to put in a business where I don't see your own money. How much have you invested in? So you don't, if you are still looking for money to start a business, you're not an entrepreneur. Go get a job. Do something else.
Right.
Because you need to really, really know how to find the startup capital to start, and then you can ask for money to grow or to expand. You see.
So so where does this startup capital come from? I mean, because everybody is complaining about that.
Everybody has something that they can provide to make money.
Okay.
You can see if you love here. I have a friend that did washing. He has an MBA. I needed money.
Yes.
And he did car wash for 6 months to raise capital to start what he believes in.
Yes.
That's what we're looking for. There is a way that you can raise money. It just that people sit and assume that there's no money.
Yes, correct.
They even don't go to their family members. They don't even go to friends.
Correct.
You see, and these are people that can actually help you start. But before you go to them, find what you can do and raise startup capital and start.
Yes, correct.
And one big challenge is that they want to start from up there. They want to start from...
Whereas you can start from just nothing and then you build from there. Yep.
One lady came to me that looked for money and said, with your idea, you don't really need money. I said, okay, take a piece of paper, write down everything you need to start your business. Wrote down and wrote. I said, okay, one, write down, look at that list and tick all the things you can beg.
Yeah.
And go back. You cannot be a startup when you're full of pride and unnecessary show that will take you anywhere. And she was surprised that in her network, she could beg almost 80% of the stuff.
Right.
Now, how did I start? Our first business that we started was a training center. The major thing I needed was skills to train. And I had all the skills to train. And then I had 2 friends that I called up and they accepted to train for free.
Yes.
You see, then I went to where I learned how to repair computers. Okay, so you guys have space. And you guys close by 4. Please give me a space from 4 to 6. Goodness, I have a good relationship with the guy. He said, no problem, use the space as long as you want. The photocopies that we did to share flyers for the training that we're launching, I went to the guy and said, okay, please, I want to do this 1,000 copies. I'm going to pay you in 1 week. I didn't know where I'll get the money from, but I believe I'm going to sell the training.
And you guys, you make the money.
And he accepted. And
correct.
That's what we did. And we launched our first training, and we had 26 participants. And from the costing that we were giving out, that training gave us 700,000 francs.
Wow. In the beginning?
From the beginning. And that's how we started.
Great.
Until today, I've never really raised money, external funding for my ideas. I've not had external investment. It is another, we're trying to restructure everything now to get investors.
To get investors to come in. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the award-winning speaker, trainer, consultant, and entrepreneur, Mr. Japhne JOYBERT. Now, I wanted to ask you another question, like, okay, for your kind of business, right? The skills that you needed, or the skills that someone needs to start your kind of business. But I know you've already listed the skills that you need to get started. But now we're talking about the consultancy business that, you just told me that you have clients all over Africa, which is also like international. You work from Cameroon to America, China, and all these places. So what are these? What are the, just give me like 1 or 2 skills, the major skills that's needed to start this kind of business?
Well, it depends on what area you want to start. Consulting is broad. You can be a consultant to photography, we are a consultant to talk shows, we are a consultant to fashion. It is broad. So it all depends on what hard skill do you have.
You have already,
to provide consulting. It all depends on that. And many a times, people build consulting careers from what they studied in the university or from their previous experience in the marketplace. That's why most consultants have massive experience, 15 years in the corporate world, 20 years in the corporate world, or they have MBAs, they have doctorate degrees or certifications in particular areas.
Yeah.
So it all depends. I think that's the main important part. What hard skill do you have? Hard skill doesn't mean really hard per se, but
experience.
Business, I should be able to have the business skills.
Okay.
Or that I should know how business works. I should know how business operations works, and
Right.
ecosystems, business governance, and all of those things.
Right.
I should know them. If you're a consultant in photography, you should know how the camera works. You should know how a shooting scene should be. Those are hard skills. Then from there, now you need to look at what are the soft skills that complement
those
the hard skills. I will be a failed business consultant if I cannot communicate. I'll be a failed business consultant if I cannot analyze.
Yes.
I'll be a failed business consultant if I cannot listen to problems.
Correct.
I'll be a failed business consultant if I cannot process what people say and then do a draft of what they need and implement what we are proposing.
Correct. Wow, so we've heard it all, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say that we've come to the end of the first section of our show, and right here with me is still Mr. Jafnui JOYBERT, the CEO of COSDEF Group. Now we're going to move to the second section of the show, which is going to be a little bit more relaxed.
Okay.
I call that Discover Africa. It's a small game that I play with all the CEOs to find out if they all really know their continent, Africa. So don't move a muscle. I'll be right back after this break.
Audio Jungle.
Welcome right back, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the African Business Talk Show on the Business in Africa YouTube channel, where we talk business on the African continent. If you're new here, just make sure you subscribe, and if you've been following us right up to this point, I want you to drop a comment for Mr. Jafnui JOYBERT, because he is going to answer all your questions that you have, right? So make sure you drop that comment right now. So we're going to the next section, which is the Discover Africa. And I'm going to be asking you 10 questions, right?
Yeah.
It's not about entrepreneurship. It's just anything about Africa. It can be football, politics,
Africa
geography. Right? Yes, right. So we want to find out if you know your continent, Africa. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready?
Let's see how it goes.
All right. Now I'm going to bring out my question bank. This is where you're going to pick from.
Okay.
So we mix that, and then I'll read the questions out. So let's go. Question number 1. All right, the first question goes: what percentage of all the land on the planet Earth does Africa cover?
Wow.
Now we have the first multiple choice answer is 10%, A 10%, B 20%, C 30%, and D 50%.
30%.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the CEO of COSDEF Group just had that answer wrong.
Really?
The right answer is 20%. Africa covers approximately 20% of our planet Earth's land area. So as an entrepreneur, you failed the first one, but I know you're not going to give up. So pick the second question, one wrong answer.
The one that is big like that.
Yeah, the big paper, right? The big ones are easier. Which of the following is not tribal community of Africa? A. Zulu, B. Maasai, C. San Bushmen, D. Lepcha.
Lepcha.
And that was the correct answer. So the correct answer is D. Lepcha. Lepcha is not a tribal community in Africa.
I was counting the tribal that I know.
That you know. So
I did not know that one.
I mean, Maasai is easy. Zulu, we know Zulu of South Africa. All right. So one correct answer, one wrong answer. Question number 3.
Okay.
Let's go.
I have to win.
Now we are on question number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Which is the highest mountain in Africa?
Okay.
I'm sure this is a simple one, eh?
Primary school knowledge.
A. Mount Kilimanjaro. B. Mount Kenya. C. the Rocky Mountain. D, Colorado Mountain.
Kilimanjaro.
And that was the correct answer. Mount Kilimanjaro.
Good.
2 correct answers, 1 wrong. Question number 4. Perfect. The CEO of COSDEF. Now we have question number 4 reads, in which of the following countries is the famous Serengeti National Park located? I'll take it again. In which of the following countries is the famous Serengeti National Park located?
Okay.
A, South Africa. B, Tanzania. C, Congo. And D, Zambia.
That's tricky.
5 seconds gone. Tick.
Tanzania. East Africa.
And that was the correct answer. The Serengeti National Park is located in Tanzania.
It sounded East African.
Right, Serengeti, right. But Tanzania has those kind of parks, you know, all the safaris. So we are now on question number 5. 3 right answers, 1 wrong answer. Question number 5 reads, which of the following is the judicial capital of South Africa?
Ooh.
A, Pretoria. B, Bloemfontein. C, Cape Town. And D, Johannesburg.
Pretoria.
And that was the wrong answer.
Really?
Yes. The right answer is Bloemfontein. That's the judicial capital of South Africa. 3 right answers, 2 wrong answers. Question number 6. There we go. Param. Question number 6, question number 6, question number 6. Which is the longest river in Africa? A, Congo River. B, Orange River. C, Zambezi River. And D, Nile River.
Nile.
That's straightforward, right? And the right answer is River Nile. We all know that from primary school.
To primary school.
So question number 7. 4 right answers, 2 wrong answers. Question number 7. The equator passes through which of the following African lake?
Okay.
A, the Tana Lake. B, Naivasha Lake. C, Lake Victoria. And D, Lake Chad. The equator passes through which of the following African lakes? A, Lake Tana. B, Lake Naivasha. C, Lake Victoria. And D, Lake Chad.
So I'm trying to calculate. I know the equator passes around Uganda, I think. So I'm trying to calculate which one is closer to Uganda. Victoria.
And that was the correct answer. The equator passes through Lake Victoria.
Good.
Now, 5 correct answers, 2 wrong answers. Question number 8.
I don't want to lose again.
Yeah, right. You're picking the big ones, okay? All right. Which African river crosses the equator 2 times? Which African river crosses the equator twice, right?
Wow.
A, Zaire River. B, Nile River. C, Senegal River. I don't know what Senegal River anyways. And D, Zambezi River. A, Zaire River. B, Nile River. C, Senegal River. And D, Zambezi River.
Zambezi.
And that was the wrong answer. The right answer is A. The Congo River, also known as the Zaire River, is the most voluminous river in Africa. It crosses the equator 2 times.
Wow.
5 right answers, 3 wrong. And we now move to question number 9. Very interesting, eh? Very interesting. The co-founder CEO of COSDEF. Which one among the following is not a landlocked country in Africa? Which one among the following is not a landlocked country in Africa? A, Botswana. B, Zambia. C, Lesotho. And D, Nigeria. Remember, it's not a landlocked.
Nigeria.
And that was the correct answer. D, Nigeria. Now we have 6 correct answers, 3 wrong. And the last question is question number 10. Let's find out, eh? And now question number 10 reads, which of the following countries has 3 capitals? Ooh. Administrative, judicial, and legislative. A, South Africa. B, Nigeria. C, Egypt. And D, Somalia.
South Africa.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was question number 10. And A is the right answer. South Africa has 3 different capitals. Mr. Javni JOYBERT here had 7 right answers and 3 wrong answers. But that just goes to show that you really understand the continent Africa. So we are going to. Thanks for that. You had it right. I mean, 7 over 10 is something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So if you're watching us right now, ladies and gentlemen, that was the slot on Discover Africa. And we're going to move to the 3rd and last slot of the show, which is coming up right next after the break. So stay right there, stay connected. We'll be right back. Audio Jungle. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are still on the African Business Talk Show. Right here with me in the studio is still Mr. Javni JOYBERT, the CEO, founder of COSDEV Group. Now, Mr. Javni, you know, this show is all about motivating, right? I try to motivate Africans who are watching us. I try to motivate people who are watching us as much as possible to get started or to stay in there doing what they are doing. Yeah. You know, changing the face of Africa, changing the African script. So I just want you to tell, you know, the audience something.
Yeah.
Just tell them something from Mr. JOYBERT.
Well, I am one of those who strongly believe in skills and positioning. And I always believe that if you want to go to the next level, acquire the skills that the next level requires. If you are currently making $1 million francs every month and want to start making 10 million francs, go and acquire the skills that qualifies to make 10 million francs. I believe life is driven by skills, positioning, and resilience. If you're able to master these 3 things, I think a lot can happen in your career and in your business. So instead of complaining, find out where you have a gap. Why are you failing here? Why are you having challenges here? And what can you learn that can enhance your ability to actually create the value you want and actually succeed in the direction that you desire? So it's all about skills. Remember, you want to go to the next level, acquire the skills the next level requires.
Wow. That was a good one. It's all about skills, ladies and gentlemen. So, and most of these skills are even like kind of free nowadays, right? Absolutely free online. Yeah. So if you want to get to the next level, just acquire the right skills and you're going to get that. Thank you so much, Mr. Javni JOYBERT. And everybody that comes to my show signs my board, right? The African board. Mm-hmm. So you're going to choose a country. I don't know which country you're going to choose, and then you're going to sign the board. Now, I have 2 pens here. I don't know your favorite color, right? And blue. Everybody's taking blue these days. So we are going to just stand up and then sign the show. Okay. Sign the board, right? The African board. So now, which country are you going to sign on?
Since I've taken Cameroon, let me go with Rwanda.
Okay, you are going to Paul Kagame, right?
Yes.
So Rwanda should be yeah, somewhere there.
Okay, so I sign and write my name?
Yeah, just sign and write your name.
Okay.
Perfect. JOYBERT. Wow. Nice. That one has signature for real CEOs. That was a good one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're just going to this shows that you were around, right?
Absolutely.
So just sit. Let's sit. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching. We've come to the end of the show, and Mr. Javni JOYBERT just signed my African board to show that he was here on the African Business Talk Show. Thank you so much. I'm just so happy to have you. And before we end the show, you probably have something like, a giveaway, takeaway for my viewers.
Yeah. Since we're talking about business and we're in a very chaotic moment due to COVID-19, and it has really affected a lot of businesses and systems and executives. So in the last 1 month, we have been providing a lot of free support technical support to businesses. If you think that you have a challenge in your business and you don't know how to navigate around, we are providing a certain level of free support. Definitely, if you reach a certain level, like we may ask you to pay for some money, but for now, it's actually just free support.
Free,
yes,
okay.
Yes, we can provide you 30 minutes. We just talk about your business and provide free recommendations, tell you what you can do to navigate and to make your business sustainable. Or if you're starting and you're confusing on how to start, when to start, how much to start with, how to streamline your products and services, we can definitely provide that free support and get you started.
Wow. So guys, if you are watching this show, then that's what you can get for just watching till the end. Now, he's saying that they are giving a free consultancy support services, for all of you out there who are just getting started, or you're running some kind of business and you're having some difficulty, whatever it is, whatever it is. I'm going to put his contacts, in the description box below. They can get to you through maybe email or email, WhatsApp. Phone call, voila. So all those contacts will be in the description box below, or you're going to have them on the screen right now. So just call him directly and have your free consultancy support.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it was really, really, really a big pleasure to have you on my show. Yes, we're going to go now to the photo shoot session.
Okay.
So ladies and gentlemen, that was it for the show today, and I hope you went home with something. You learned something from Mr. JOYBERT and from the show generally. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Keep subscribing, keep supporting the Business in Africa YouTube channel, and always come back for more information. Thank you, and bye-bye.